So, if you really think about it, there's been 3 moments in history where America almost became a real democracy. Almost. And every single time, white America chose to burn it the fuck down rather than share the keys. So if you want to understand the mess we're in today, you have to understand the cycle. The incredible James Baldwin once said, history is not the past. It is the present. We carry our history with us. We are our history. So today I'm going to break down the 3 reconstructions of this country, and I'm going to show you the pattern. First, the hope, then the white lash, or the pillage, what I call it, and then all the white propaganda and the Christian tools used to keep it going. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee the truth. Historically, the first Reconstruction started in 1865 through 1890s. Following the Civil War, the springtime of liberty arrived. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments made Black American citizens and voters. Over 2,000 Black men held public office for the first time, proven leaders. Literacy rates jumped from 0 to 50% in just 1 generation. Then came the white lash, or what I call the pillage. 4,743 documented lynchings, public murders used as spectacles. When Black people built wealth, the system burned it down. Tulsa in 1921, Rosewood in 1923, Wilmington in 1898, Elaine in 1919. Over 30 major Black cities and districts incinerated. We white people even flooded entire towns to hide the evidence of Black success. Oscarville, Georgia, now under Lake Lanier. Seneca Village, now under Central Park, literally drowning the truth, just to name a few. After the pillage was the white propaganda and the Christian tools. White narcissism created the lost cause propaganda, claiming the war wasn't about slavery but about honor. Us white people used the Black menace stereotype to argue Black folks were unfit for freedom. We used white Christianity as the tool. Pulpits preached that racial hierarchy was ordained by God, making the lynch mob believe they were doing holy work. This is white America. Then it was time for the second Reconstruction, the Civil Rights, 1954 through the 1980s. The hope was the Black community won Brown versus Board, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the legal right to vote, fair housing, and the right to sit at the lunch counter. Integration. Of course, in this second Reconstruction came the white lash, what I call the pillage. The response was a national strategy of economic theft. Integration was a one-way street of theft. We fired thousands of Black educators to decapitate Black leadership. The federal government's HOLC drew red lines around Black neighborhoods, marking them as hazardous. The FHA then refused to insure mortgages there, locking Black families out of the $95 billion GI Bill that built the white middle class. The Federal Highway Act of 1956 routed interstates through thriving Black districts, Nashville and I-40, Detroit, Miami, just to name a few. We concentrated Black families into projects, resource deserts designed for neglect. In the 80s, the system met the crack epidemic with mass incarceration, 100-to-1 sentencing laws to fill prison cells with Black bodies, while white users got treatment. Then there were, of course, the propaganda and the Christian tools. White narcissism invented the colorblind propaganda. We used stereotypes like the welfare queen to justify the destruction of Black families. White Christianity became the spine of massive resistance. Religious leaders argued that integration was a violation of the natural order, maintaining white wealth at the expense of Black life. Then came, folks, the third Reconstruction, the one we're in right now, 2008 to present. The hope was this era was ignited by the election of Barack Obama. All is good, right? Post-racial. The rise of digital activism happened as well. In 2015, my own work, Naming the System, went viral. I called out white people, reaching over 90 million people with my videos. We bypassed the gatekeepers to educate the world. We forced the nation to look at the reality of the white narcissistic system. We forced them to look at DEI and CRT, etc. Then came, of course, the pillage, the white lash. The response, of course, was a white nationalist regime led by Donald Trump and supported by the Republican Party, a fascist counter-revolution fueled daily and hourly by white voters. Look at what's happening to the culture right now. We are watching the normalization of hate. Trump has made racists proud again. bringing the covert white supremacists out of their shells and into the mainstream as we're seeing now. White people now feel emboldened to use the N-word freely, proudly, and loudly. You see the videos all over the internet every single fucking day. Ignorant ass white people getting the shit beat out of them. Leave black people alone. Well, that's just not fucking happening. While the culture fights in the streets, the system fights in the courts. The primary target is the Voting Rights Act, as you know right now. The Supreme Court is systematically cutting the heart of the VRA, making it almost impossible for black votes to count. They're disenfranchising black people again, Jim Crow 2.0 all over. In states like Tennessee, the government is silencing dissent. They are using extreme gerrymandering to split black political power, slicing through Nashville and Memphis. Right now, as I make this video, they're carving up districts to ensure their votes are mathematically irrelevant. This white nationalist regime has closed over 1,600 polling places. They have purged over 17 million voters, banned over 3,000 books, and criminalized the teaching of history, black history especially. Dismantling DEI as a direct attempt to erase black presence and authority. Trump's Supreme Court ended affirmative action, blocked student debt relief to keep the gates of wealth closed. They use ICE, the Muslim ban, the family separation border, to reassert American white imperialism. And then, of course, the white propaganda and the Christian tools. Today's lie is the anti-woke propaganda, claiming equity is racism against white people, and truth is indoctrination, spreading the great replacement conspiracy to paint themselves as white victims. And the engine is white Christian nationalism, using a corrupted gospel to justify fascism, claiming Trump's power is God ordained, even as he dismantles justice. Yes, folks, the racist antichrist named Trump showed the fuck up, and Christians ran to him, embraced him. So the normalcy of evil, here's my summary, folks, of what I'm talking about. This is the nature of America. 160-year cycle of building and burning. You build up and then you burn down. We build a democracy in the light, and then we watch America and white folks burn it down in the fucking dark. Every time we see progress, the culture of white narcissism takes a violent, calculated step backwards. We have now reached a terminal point, in my opinion, an apocalyptic moral and national fucking collapse. And I have to ask you, white America, white men and white women, how is this life serving you? Is it really worth it? And white women, you aren't off the hook. You've been the managers of this denial, the enforcers of this status, the quiet beneficiaries of this theft. We've entered a dangerous era in America where we have made evil fucking normal. The normalcy of racism, the normalcy of greed, the normalcy of white narcissism. And this ain't nothing new. Just another fucking Tuesday in America when a black author's book is banned or a voter is purged. But here's the thing white America don't really think about too much. There's a law in nature that we are ignoring. Predators that go too far eventually destroy the very ecosystem they need to survive. White America has become a predatory force, consumed by a narcissism so deep and raw, naked, white greed that it is beginning to devour its fucking self. You see, folks, when a predator overreaches, it doesn't just hurt its prey, it chokes on its own kill. It destroys its own home. Unless you're a billionaire, this system is picking your pockets too. White greed is a bottomless hunger that eats its own. You've been sold the great white lie that your whiteness protects you. But fascism does not stop at the color line. It's a fucking suicide pact. It destroys liberty and the Constitution for everyone. James Baldwin said, people who shut their eyes to reality simply invent their own destruction. So fucking true. He went on to say, and anyone who insists on remaining in a state of innocence long after that innocence is dead turns himself into a monster. So white America, I'm reaching out to you one more time. Look into the mirror. Your state of innocence is dead. The narcissism is terminal. The greed is a hollow victory. If you won't kill the lie, then stop pretending you love this country. You're just a predator who overreached. And you're about to find out what happens when the ecosystem finally fights back. Your mirror is waiting. Face the truth, white America, or drown in the reflection.